Hello, this is saxophonist Antonio Parker, and this is a conversation in jazz, where we're promoting jazz through telling the stories. Today, we are presenting part 2 of our interview with jazz pianist, composer, arranger, educator, and good friend, Mr. Benito Gonzalez. We ask you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so we can let you know when we are posting another video or going live. We also ask you to donate to our Cash App in order to support the channel and help us to produce future videos. Our Cash App is $Jazzology 101. That's $Jazzology 101. Enjoy the video. All right, we're back. This is a conversation in jazz, and we're talking to my brother, Benito Gonzalez. My brother.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, man. Wow, that first part, man, learned a lot about you. Really enlightening, man. So I wanted to ask you, man, in terms of jazz, what pianist had the biggest impact on you, would you say? Or what pianists?
From the beginning, I remember when I met this friend of mine in Venezuela as a trumpet player. Mm-hmm. His name is Julio, and he turned me into the jazz history through the decades. Mm-hmm. So we was from the beginning checking out like Scott Joplin. Then we went to like Art Tatum. Mm-hmm. But we also went through not just piano players. We was checking like Louis Armstrong's in the 20s and how he integrated the acoustic bass on the 30s. Mm-hmm. And then I remember that until we got to the 40s and I learned, Charlie Parker and Bud Powell.
Yeah.
With Bud Powell, it was amazing. I remember learning all these tunes, and I did one jazz program playing only his music. Then with Bud Powell, like in the 40s, I check out some other piano players who play with Charlie Parker also. And I remember checking out Lenny Tristano. He said, yeah, check out this guy. He's different than these other cats. And then we got to the 50s, Miles with Bill Evans and Wynton Kelly. Red Garland was amazing. I remember when I heard Red Garland the first time, like his rhythm. Oof, man, I love like the triples that he played. And Wynton Kelly also. I remember checking out, like, Wynton Kelly plays the blues, like only blueses on that.
Yeah, wow.
So then, through the decades, we got to Coltrane.
Yes, sir.
Miles with Herbie and Wayne and Ron and Coltrane, famous quartet with Jimmy Garrison and McCoy and Elvin. So yeah, we were like starting the decades. So when I will say, I think maybe Art Tatum was a huge impression also. I remember checking out Oscar Peterson a lot.
Wow.
And then I learned about Herbie before McCoy. I learned about Herbie and Chick Corea before McCoy.
Wow.
And this is a funny story, but it's true. So I show up with a cassette tape to my friend, the trumpet player. I told him, I am checking this out. It's Chick Corea, and now he sings, now he subs. He says, okay, cool, I like that one too. But let's put this on the side. And let's go and check out this guy, McCoy Tyner, so you can check where it comes from.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, wow, there's something better. He said, yeah, check this out. So he grabbed, like, he had all his albums. So he grabbed like a CD first you have to check it out with Coltrane. And he grabbed one of those. I think it was the Live in Newport. And he plays Impression, and McCoy started playing. I was like, oof, this piano player is. Then grabbed one of McCoy's albums. I think it was like Enlightenment. With that band was crazy. It was Juni Booth on bass, Alphonse Munzon, and Asa Lawrence. So, you know, when I hear McCoy Tyner somebody playing piano like that, I was like, wow, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, McCoy had a very percussive and just unique approach. Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know, for some reason I felt, it felt natural for me to play that style, or try to learn how to approach that style. And, you know, I don't know.
And we just lost McCoy.
Yeah,
but
last year.
Last year, yeah.
Exactly, last year today, right?
Was it today?
6. What today is?
Yeah, today is the 6th.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
a
that's
year
heavy.
Today, bro.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
And you did a recording that
to honor him.
Yeah, man, beautiful.
And he heard
and you
it.
got to meet him.
Yeah, he heard it, and he was like very happy listening to the tracks. He said, "Wow, I love these tunes. I mean, I'm so glad you guys brought this music to life." And you know, he was talking a lot about Coltrane and Elvin.
Wow. So you got to become friends with him?
Oh yeah, we spent a lot of time. Yeah,
Wow.
and I played for him. Like,
what was it like seeing a cat that, you saying like if I could see Train, I would have been like, wow. Or Bird, those cats really had impacted me. What was it like? Was it surreal?
Yeah, I was trying to absorb like a lot of the spirituality that his presence.
Yeah.
He's so spiritual. It's like also what happened with Pharoah Sanders.
Yeah,
they don't talk so much. They feel you out, and they just make you feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
The same with McCoy. When every time I was around him, he was like very quiet, but he made you feel like very good.
Yeah, I met him when I was in high school.
Yeah,
I won a McCoy Tyner scholarship.
Ooh, he's from Philly. So
yeah, he's
your homeboy.
Yeah. So I have a picture of me, him, a young Joey DeFrancesco, and a cat named John. Can't think of John's last name, but yeah, I got a picture. From that man. But yeah, he had a just real serene kind of cat, man. But that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, those are my heroes.
Yeah,
there's many, and then the younger generation. I mean, Mulgrew and Kenny Kirkland.
Oh yeah.
Them guys.
Yeah.
You know, John Hicks.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm gonna go back. You in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At some point, you decide I want to move to the big city, New York City. What inspired that? You said I wanted to get on the scene? Was that something you were planning, and you were just trying to work out the logistics?
It was something so unexpected, because I was fine in D.C. I was playing with gigs with you and with other people. I was playing with Kenny already. So I was like, I was married back then. So my ex-wife back then had a scholarship to go to Manhattan School of Music.
Wow.
So she asked me if it would have been possible, she said that she really wanted to do it. And I was like, oof, that's gonna be hard. Because I think we were fine here. The thing is that I knew New York was like a hard city in many ways. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking also, well, I was traveling a lot with Kenny, and all the flights was coming to New York. Yeah. So, and then they used to put me on a train from New York to DC.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And many times I will lose this train because I have to wait for the luggage.
Yeah.
The train is gone. I have to buy a ticket.
Yeah, wow.
So, I guess in between one thing and another thing, we decided to move there, and that's how my journey started in New York.
Wow.
And it's been amazing.
What year was that around?
That was 06.
Okay, you moved to New York in 06.
August 06.
Okay. All right. Were you visiting New York prior? You said you were playing with Kenny by then, so were you hanging out?
07, sorry.
07.
Yeah, it was. I started with Kenny 06, and I moved to New York a year after that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So when you were in DC, did you go make any visits to New York, like to go sit?
Many times. I play.
Oh, you were gigging in New York?
Yeah, I was.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I played with Jackie McLean in.
You was playing with Jack?
Yeah,
Wow.
in at the Iridium that was the first time I think I was in New York.
You played with. So let me ask you a question, man. How'd you get the call for Jackie?
Man, that was a huge impression. I remember I was living in 16 on Oak Street, downtown DC.
Yeah.
And I had a basement apartment there, and I was there practicing. But I already knew Rene, and I was playing with Rene. And then out of the blue, I see, and it's Jackie McLean. It's like, hey, Benito, this is Jackie McLean. He was like, yeah, I'm looking for a new piano player, and I want to know if you want to learn a couple of tunes and come and do an audition for me. I was like, yeah, sure. And then he told me, yeah, learn these 2 songs, Little Melanie and Mr. E. Yeah. And so I had already charts of those tunes,
Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, bro. Oh,
so
man.
you go do the audition.
I went to Hartford.
Hartford. Yeah. Okay. He had a school. That was a school.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Artist Collective.
Okay.
And the audition was like a piano, like a grand piano in the big hall there in Artist Collective, and just me and him, and Rene was there.
Okay.
I was glad Rene was there because, I was nervous. Yeah. And nothing. He was very kind. He was very particular on the audition. I mean, I remember I was voicing the tunes the way I thought it was appropriate. But then he made like a couple of changes. It's like, try this voicing, and it's still like, it was the same voicing, maybe 2 notes change.
Oh, wow.
So he gave me like a bunch of tricks like that. Like, like he played the voicings on the piano.
Yeah.
And it was one other thing, then he made me play one of my tunes. He's like, can you just play one of your tunes? Let me see what you're doing. So I played Starting Point.
Yeah.
So while I was playing, I noticed, he was listening, and then he grabbed the sax, like he opened the horn, like slowly.
Wow.
It was like putting it together. Then by the middle, he started playing. He wasn't playing on the top, but he was playing long notes, trying to get the changes.
Uh-huh.
Then after I finished, he started playing a solo, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, and we used to play. We play my tune. We used to open with my tune.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
He said that's why you call it Starting Point, right?
Yeah. What an honor.
Oh yeah,
What an
yeah,
honor,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's something.
Yeah, I learned so much in such a short time. I learned with him a lot, and being with him is an amazing thing. He gave me advices,
Did he tell you stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me advices. Like one advice he gave me is like, man, when I was your age, I must have been like 24, man, when I was just playing. He was like, when I was your age, I used to do all kind of drugs, and I felt good when I played. I felt like I was like Superman. I remember he said, and I was playing long solos. And the next day when I listened to the tape, it sounds like shit.
Wow, yeah.
he was like, yes, whatever you do, just don't touch that. Don't touch the drugs.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do nothing to you but bad
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Good advice. Yeah.
And he was telling me to check out Bud Powell. He was good friend with Bud Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to Bud and listen to Herbie. He loved Herbie.
Yeah.
He loved Herbie.
Wow. So what part of New York did you move to?
Well, when I was married, I lived in Astoria for like 2 years, I think. Yeah. Then I moved to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
I've been in Brooklyn ever since.
Okay.
I'm like a Brooklyner now.
You're
Flatbush, man.
Yeah. So well, you pretty much was connected before you got to New York. I mean, you
Yeah.
with Kenny
I knew a few cats.
So
when I went to jam sessions there, I kind of like met other people. I met Roy Hargrove.
Yeah.
So I played with Roy a gig, like a couple of gigs or something. Yeah.
Beautiful, man. And you would frequent the clubs.
What
are some of the clubs you would frequent?
Oof. I was going to the Fat Cat, Smalls, the Sweet Rhythm that was still open. That was a good jam. I used to go there every Thursday. I remember being at that jam session and literally have Mulgrew sitting and people around.
Really?
I remember like. And,
now, were you intimidated? I mean, because there's a lot of great musicians.
I was always intimidated when like I had a great piano player like that sitting next to me.
How'd you block that out and just zone in on your talents?
Yeah, well, I try to focus in the music, but it's difficult, man. That happened to me once. I was playing with Al Foster in Europe, and Herbie was there. He came into the club. He was in town playing in some concert hall, and they came with the band to the club.
Yeah.
I was there with the Al Foster Quartet, and Herbie sat next to the piano.
He sat next to your piano?
Yeah. Literally. Like,
wow, really?
This is the piano bench, and Herbie was just right there. And then Al was playing these tunes like we play like Blue and Green and tunes like he played with Miles.
Wow.
I was like,
yeah. Now, as a pianist, right, jazz pianist, you're required to learn a bunch of tunes.
Oh,
Is that part of you make it a point just to learn a bunch of tunes? Or do you, once you hear it, you kind of pretty much got it? How's that work?
Both ways, but I love learning the tunes beforehand.
Okay.
I mean, I love...
If you like a tune, you'll learn it.
like especially in those years when we play at HR, we was like trying different tunes, I remember. And then when Bill Washburn was there, man.
But you know, Bill,
he's like a real book, man.
Yeah. He knows that. Yeah, he knows all the tunes. Yeah. Bill was my man,
and he was not afraid to express himself. He goes to the drum kit. I was like,
but he knew all, and he had perfect pitch.
Yeah,
and he had I guess he had this great memory, man.
No, he's amazing.
Did you ever meet
Whitley?
No, the piano player that had Dwayne Adele.
Oh yeah.
You met Dwayne?
He's a genius.
He was Man,
he's quite a genius. Man.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I literally seen him. Like I remember we was like shedding and a friend of mine, David Potier, as a pianist, classical pianist. He had like 4 grand pianos on his house, and back then he used to be with this Russian pianist. It's a female, so she was playing some Chopin, killing. Then Dwayne was there listening. When she finished, he went to the piano and replied everything she just played.
Wow. Ain't that crazy, man?
It is. I was like, wow.
Yeah, some people just have certain gifts, man. Wow. You just got to admire it and say,
I know that's a higher level of genius.
Wow, yeah. Man, so you're in New York, playing with all, you playing, I know you meeting up, going to the clubs, playing, okay. So now, you said you played with Jackie. There's 3 people I want that I want to talk about. I want to talk about Kenny, what it's like playing with Kenny. You said Pharoah Sanders, and my homeboy Christian McBride. So I was wondering, so let's talk about Kenny.
Okay.
Now you were playing with Kenny before you moved to New York.
Yeah.
Okay. So how'd you get the call with Kenny?
From DC. The first time, I remember being in Kenny's presence. It was when I was playing at the Iridium with Jackie McLean. Kenny was there like a few nights, and that's the first time he asked me for my phone number, and I gave it to him. And I remember Jackie talking to me about him backstage, and Jackie was like, "Hey, Benito, you met Kenny Garrett?" I was like, "Oof, yeah." Wow. Yeah, I see him,
Were you listening to Kenny's music prior to?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Songbook, and, African Exchange Student, Black Hope.
Yeah.
And, I knew who he was, and, I was like, I thought it was cool that he was checking out Jackie, It was like there a few nights also.
Wow.
And, and Kenny asked me, "Can you give me your number, man? You sounds good." That's what he said. "You sounds good. Give me, write me your number, bro." And I gave it to him. That must have been like 2003. Then I saw him a couple other times in DC when he was come with his band. Chris Fun was already there. And I seen him a couple of times. Then once in 2006. I got a phone call and he asked me if I wanted to do an audition because I remember he told me he was looking for a new band. He was putting a new band together, and he auditioned drummers and piano players the same day.
Wow.
So we went up to New York. I went up to New York from DC, and I auditioned, and that's it. The audition was at Michiko at this rehearsal studio, and I was nervous. It was hard because, I was tired because the audition was in the morning in New York, and I have to get up at 6
and get on
from DC and I was driving.
Okay, you already in New York?
I drove from DC to New York.
Wow.
Yeah. So, then, Chris was there in the audition, and he was like switching musicians on the same tune, going back and forth. It was nice. It was nice thing, And then the next day he called and he said, "You sounds good, man. I want you to play. Can you learn these tunes?" He gave me a list of like 15 songs at least.
Wow.
I knew many of them already.
Yeah. No, I heard that Kenny, and you kind of alluded to this when you were talking about Jackie. I heard that Kenny has specific voices that he wants. For certain.
Totally.
Is that how does he write? Are you able to put your thing on it, or does he want when you're or at least comping? When you're playing a song, does he want specific things?
Yeah, both. I think that I remember the first times we sat at the piano at his house. He showed me.
And he plays piano too.
Yeah, he played good piano.
Yeah.
So he showed me on the piano the way he wanted, like his melodies, like some of the voices.
Yeah.
Then he says, "Well, and then you open up from there. Try to open up from here." But he definitely have specific things that he wants on the melodies.
Yeah.
And also the orchestration and the sound of the band and the concept. He had specific things that we used to do. Then at some point it became kind of like part of my language.
Gotcha.
So I kind of like developed my playing during that time, like based on that, because we was working. I mean, whether or not I wanted to play that way, I had to do it because we was working a lot.
Yeah.
We was traveling quite a lot, and we was stretching out. We was playing like long you know. So it was. I always appreciate him, you know, for like giving me like his platform.
Yeah.
And letting me play, because he let me play. He didn't tell me play short. No, he played and he would let me play as long as I wanted to.
Wow.
And that was a great lesson for me because, you know,
And you got to travel.
Yeah.
And did you ever get to go back home and play with any of these bands?
yeah.
Really, like with Kenny?
Not with Kenny, but
Or
I play like using like what we were talking about before. Like in Venezuela, they haven't been exposed so
festivals.
much.
They have little festivals.
They have little festival like once a year.
So are you
But in the capital, not in the in the little towns. So I used to go to other towns and play that way.
So is your name rising at home? Like, do they know?
They know me. Yeah, they know me.
So Benito. So when you come back home now,
they know me. They know me a little more than they did before.
Yeah.
But that's how I met Kenny. You know, it was amazing for the time I was there. I you know. We did some records and.
It's talking about records. How many recordings have you done with Kenny?
With Kenny, we did 3 recordings.
You did? Wow.
And also like to his play along project, like 4 recording projects.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. I mean, you're documenting with one of the masters.
Oh, he's definitely.
Do you ever pinch yourself, man? And like, does it ever occur to you? I know you working and you doing what you do, but coming from, you know, Venezuela and finding yourself on this level of the game. I mean, that's high level right there.
I think I feel like what happened to you in life is supposed to happen.
Gotcha. Destiny.
I think that it was supposed to happen that way, and
you expected to be playing on this level? Was that part of it?
I'm not sure if I was expecting. But I think it would.
Okay.
You know, I think it's like when something happened to you.
Yeah.
That is good, and you think, well, it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, you really have no control over how.
Correct.
It was just landed. It's like meeting a pretty woman, and somehow she like you.
Right. Exactly. That's how it felt.
Yeah. So, oh wow. I wanted to ask you, man, about Kenny. Like, does he have a methodology for when he's in the studio? Like, do y'all rehearse beforehand at his place, and then how many rehearsals y'all do before y'all go in and do a recording?
For those 3 records that we did, the process was different for each.
Oh wow!
I remember the live recording we did with Pharoah at the Iridium. We was playing those tunes, like a few of those tunes we played before, and then there was like a couple other tunes that we just played like couple of times during that week, because he took the live week that we play at Iridium and put the album together. So many of the tunes that we play in that record, we was playing them live.
Okay.
So the band was like this was Nat Reeves and on bass and Jamar Williams, and then Pharoah was there. That's when I met Pharoah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's how he came.
That's the connect. Okay. Wow. That's heavy, man.
So we played some concerts also with Pharoah. I remember we played in Vermont or something, and then we play at that time at the Iridium. We play a few gigs. Wow. And that's it. I mean, and for Seeds from the Underground, we hardly rehearsed for that.
So y'all going?
He showed me the music at Dizzy's. We was playing at Dizzy's for a week, but we were not playing the new music. We was playing songbook tunes most of the time. And
so y'all just go in the studio and hit?
So this is what we did that week. We would come to early, pretty much every day at around 3, and rehearse the new tunes for the record. And the next day, record, like we was rehearsing this
The
music.
day before?
Yeah, like we did like a few rehearsals. We rehearsed like probably 4 or 5 times, and we hit the studio. And I thought it was nice to see that music come to life without having tour
Yeah.
before and play those tunes. I mean, it was a great band. It was Ronald Brunner and Nat.
Yeah.
So we were connected during that week, and it felt great to play with them. That's why many people consider that one of his best albums.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Some book.
Is there a particular experience with Kenny that sticks out to you? Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
there is many. I think that he's his mastery, like the way he his vision for music and life. That's what I take from him. Like
I wonder how he keep that intensity, man. I mean, it's like he goes.
It's what we was talking about earlier. Like, it's that fire that you have since you are a kid.
Yeah.
Because I think he had the same experience.
Yeah.
And it, like, when you hear somebody like Train, it keeps you inspired. And he's always searching.
Yeah.
I know he's always searching. He loved Train. He loved Cannonball. He loves, Latin music.
Yeah.
He check out Chucho. He loved Chucho.
Yeah.
He's like always investigating. He keep himself on a place where he's open all the time. So he absorbs always new information, and when he plays, he feel like a kid. It's like you can tell he's having fun. And he's like, and I think that's, it's a good lesson also, to like feeling like you are a kid on the stage.
Yeah, man. And,
and you have a lot of influence from him. I mean, I remember even before I played with Kenny, we used to play some of his tunes.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, man, and I see you working out. I see you in the gym. So you got to have endurance.
Oh, yeah.
See, we were doing it once a week. We were doing it every Friday, maybe giggle. But y'all was hitting...
Every like when we were on tour, it was pretty much every day. When we was playing, like,
so you got to stay in shape.
Yeah, we was playing hard though, and it's good. It was good for me, and it's still good because now I like to play like that.
Yeah,
and when I play with my gigs,
it's
cool,
man. And like I say, man, you look like you enjoy it when you're playing.
Oh yeah,
man.
Now Pharoah, you asked me about Pharoah and Christian. And I met Christian before Kenny. I met Christian when I recorded my first album. I was in D.C.
I know you did he was on your first album.
Yeah.
Now your first album, didn't you get a grant?
Yeah, I got a grant from the D.C. Commission.
Okay.
You know them?
Yeah.
You know them, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I remember you got the grant.
Yeah.
And then you did you know Christian before you asked him to play?
No, that was... this is what I tell you the story, man. So what happened was I had, I wanted to use Antonio Sanchez. I love him. He was a friend of mine. And, he was there for me. And I didn't know many people in New York. I was in D.C. Playing with you and all the cats here. So I wanted to... Antonio Sanchez was playing back then like a lot with John Patitucci and with all these musicians, great musicians. So I was like, well, I wanted to use him, maybe John. So when I approached Antonio, he said, cool, yeah, just, write John to see what happens. So I wrote his manager. And his manager was asking me for my bio and send me recordings and stuff. I'm like, I don't have no bio. I mean, I just moved to D.C. I played with nobody before. I mean, I was like, I guess I can't use him because he's like not on my, I can't really like afford him. I could afford him. It's just that he was asking me for so many things that I didn't have. So I went to see Pat Metheny Trio in Ram's Head in Annapolis. And I saw him, and Christian was playing with him.
Yeah.
So I went backstage and I asked Antonio, "Hey man, so I need a bass player. You know, I can't have Patitucci." And Christian overheard what I said. Christian said, "Oh, you need a bass player? Okay,
For real?
yeah, cool. I'm here.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Call me."
Wow, beautiful, man.
And then he said, if I play with you, Antonio, I don't want to play with him, with you though.
Yeah.
Man, like that. It was just like
Really?
that. Yeah, amazing.
Dad, that's my man.
Yeah, he said, "Man, if you need a bass player, oh, bro.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I am here."
Yeah.
So he gave me
Was
his card.
Was that your first time meeting Christian?
Yeah.
He's warm.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah,
He made me feel like family.
Yeah.
I remember I gave them a ride to the hotel from there in my car back then. And he was very cool. I wrote him his replies. And I sent him some music. He said, "I can't wait to play this music." And we did that album, Starting Point. I mean, It was amazing. Then through the years, I will see him like in festivals and playing live. Then when I had the opportunity to do another album, I called him and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
You have an album that's coming out.
Yeah.
That's coming out. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I have this new album.
You got all the
It's called
cats on it.
Sing to the World, yeah. So I decided to use trumpet because I play with sax players all the time.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, let me use these great trumpet guys.
Yeah.
I had I love trumpet. I love, so I called Nicholas Payton for this. I used Josh Evans in a track. Yeah. And then I called the cats, Christian McBride, Jeff Ting Watts.
Wow.
I have a great drummer from Russia. His name is Sasha Mashin.
Wow.
And I have Esiet playing on a track, also bass.
Man, I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's a great record label from St. Petersburg.
Okay.
And they are very open, and they were willing to it's like an experiment for them to play with to collaborate with these great American musicians and integrate also musicians from Russia. So we was
So do you have management?
No. It was just we was just talking with that drummer with Sasha, and decided to do this kind of collaboration.
Yeah.
And they doing great things. And so it was amazing that they were willing to come to the U.S. and record in the U.S. We recorded in New York.
Oh wow!
And it came out great. I mean, it's a nice album. I have some promotional copies. I give you one.
Oh okay. Oh man, I can't wait. So how many days did it take for y'all to get all the music on this new recording?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me think. Well, I was touring many of those tunes already, but through the years, because probably you're talking about the compositions or
No, I'm talking about the record, the recording. Your new recording.
Oh no, we put it together probably in a couple of months.
Okay. So how many studio sessions was there?
Two or three.
Okay, 2 or 3. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be hot.
Oh no, yeah, it came out nice. I mean, Payton, man, he's such a master, bro.
Yeah.
Nicholas Payton is such a master. It's like he's so lyrical and he's strong also. So when Josh play a solo, man, you gotta hear that.
Yeah. So when you plan something like that, right? Okay, do you say okay? And I know everybody got different schedules. You got to coordinate schedules and all that. Did you have a rehearsal date, or did y'all rehearse in the studio, or did y'all just go in this? How did y'all do that?
Well, it depends. I mean, because I write, when I'm gonna do recordings, I always write thinking about the guys I am using for that.
Gotcha.
And way in advance, I knew Tane and Christian and Sasha, they was gonna kill these tunes.
Yeah, I got you.
So, I know the way they play. I know I'm a fan of theirs first.
Yeah.
So, I show up with tunes that once that they put their hands on it, they already
plays itself.
The map.
Yeah.
It's like a map. It comes.
Yeah.
It's like It's amazing. It's amazing how this music is so. The language is so strong.
Yeah, man.
It's like a communication. Then we make it work. It's great. It was a great session.
Wow.
Yeah, can't wait
And
to
so
get it out.
is that your second CD?
No,
It's
no.
your third?
Yeah, it's like my original project. It's my third.
Because you did the first one that you had.
It's my fourth, because I did Starting Point.
Starting
When
Point.
I used to live in DC, I did. Then I did Circles, which was in 2008. Yeah, Christian and Tyner are in there too. Myron Walden plays on
Yeah.
there.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and then I did the McCoy tribute in 2018. That came out nice. We play some of those hits, and then now this one. So.
Oh wow, that's man. You ever play with my man Jaleel Shaw?
Yeah, he played with my band.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to hear.
I had
That's
in
a
fact,
that boy right there.
that was.
You know, I knew Jaleel when he's like 10.
Yeah, he's a bad cat,
Yeah,
and
I
he's a
knew his
nice
mom.
guy.
Yeah.
I had this couple of nights at the Iridium, and I had Jaleel, Myron Walden,
Woo.
and I had Tane and Esiet.
Did you record it?
There is a recording of that.
Man,
I have
you
to
gotta
find it.
Let me check some of that out.
I have to find it. Yeah.
I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow, man,
Yeah.
that's
Jaleel is a bad cat.
man. He's
soulful though.
yeah, and it's another cat that's from Philly. I know Emmanuel
Oh, Wilkins.
That's another.
Yeah, I met him in New York
Yes,
at
he's
jam sessions.
Yeah.
We jam a couple of times, and you know, I was so busy back then, and you know, I wish I could have jammed with him some more.
Yeah.
But I was so busy traveling; it was hard for me to catch up with him. You know, I know he was searching. He was writing me to get together, but we could never like kind of
Connect.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love his playing.
Oh, yeah, he's
I love
nice.
his playing. He's doing great things now.
Yeah.
So I'm you know
Yeah.
I'm proud to see him doing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm proud of all them cats. That's my Philly boys, man. I never met him, but I think he's come after Jaleel.
Yeah.
But I knew Jaleel when he was
Philly, man.
Yeah,
you guys, man,
so,
have some
you know.
bad cats in Philly, bro.
Yeah, man. It was a great environment.
Mike Boone.
Yeah. Nice cats. Yeah.
Oof, man.
Yeah, so-
All the cats from
yeah,
Philly, man.
yeah.
I mean, going back, I mean,
Yeah.
McCoy.
Yeah, Lee Morgan. Yeah,
Oof.
yeah. But now, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Pharoah Sanders. I saw you did a video of were y'all playing a duo? Did y'all do a duo concert?
Wow, that's probably the hardest gig I ever have to play in my life.
Really? Now, was that one gig or were y'all doing that? Was that
It was, it was one night. No, it was 2 nights. Yeah, 2 nights. I
Wow.
think, yeah, 2 nights.
I mean,
It was his birthday in 19 October. Yeah, it was in October 2019. Yeah. Okay, so we basically just played his tunes, like the same tunes we play on his band, but with no drums and no bass. So I had to like work everything out myself.
wow, that's you.
And set him up on everything.
Yeah.
Play all the intros, orchestrate.
Did y'all do The Creator Has a Master Plan?
Yeah.
People know that song.
We did it. We did it. We did it every night, and we still do that every night.
Yeah.
We play all of those tunes. It was difficult, but it was like good difficult. It wasn't, you know. He gave me a lot of freedom. He gave me a lot of confidence also. So he wasn't harsh or like hard with me on it. I mean, you know, it was nice to like have that feeling of you know, because his sound is so strong. Like he gotta you know, he loved mouthpieces.
Yeah.
So you know, he's always searching for
That's
better
that
sound.
train. That's that train.
So yeah,
kind
so
of
you
thing.
know, it was very spiritual, though, and it was a huge hall. It was sold out. People were screaming. Yeah, I mean, playing duet is difficult, man. And then with Pharoah, it's even more difficult. Because he's
probably,
like very like specific. His melodies are like this.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
You should have put out that organ on him.
Yeah, that would have been easier.
Yeah.
That would have been easier.
Yeah. You know, fill it up.
That would have been so easy.
Yeah, that's up, man. Have you recorded with Pharoah?
Oh, no, but there is something coming out soon.
Okay.
I don't want to talk much about it, but it's something live that... It's a concert that we did in Europe, and I think they're going to put it out soon, right before the end of the year it comes.
Wow, brother. Man. So, anything else you want to share, man? I got a few more questions. Anything you got?
No, I wanted to talk about a little more. I wanted to touch more about my time in D.C. and how much I learned with you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My time in D.C., like hanging out with you guys and
wow. Thank you, man.
How much I appreciate like all the music that I learned here and you know the brotherhood that there was when I was here. It still is, but you know, is the brotherhood that you know and one of the things that I take with me all the time is that I was lucky to be in DC before New York.
Wow. And you hear that, DC? You know what I mean? You hearing it?
And the reason is because when I moved to DC, it was the best place to learn how to get on the swing field.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, there was Nasser Abday, and there was all the, you know, Fred Foss, you know, and you know, Harold Sami and all the great Lenny Robinson, all the, you know, John Lamke.
Yeah.
So, you know, and the best part of DC is that there was not so many mix of drummers. There was only blacks and whites.
Yeah.
So the swing field wasn't so faded or so different.
Yeah, got you.
Because if I would have gone to New York, I mean, there is great drummers, but they play different. You know, like a lot of Japanese cats play different, or you know, European drummers play different. They can play. It's just that I was lucky to be in DC.
Wow.
And learn from that situation that there is not so many mix in DC. There's just blacks and whites. and it was great. I mean, I learned a lot from both parts.
No, this is a great town, man, and I came here.
You've been here for a long time.
Yeah, I came here from Philly in 1987.
Woo.
And man, it's my second home. You know, and coming from Philly was great growing up.
Yeah.
Came to DC, and it's just the thing I like about DC, man, is that even if you're not on a high level of it, you still part of the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all, you know, there was some person, I don't know if you met this cat named we called him Cuba, but Bobby Sanchez. You would have loved. They had these cats.
I heard of him, but I never met him.
We had these different cats with different personalities. You know, Butch Warren.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Man. I was in so many jam sessions with Bush. He would just put the bass down right before the tune is over. Bro.
One time we was
it's like some
you
doing you ending, and he's like
One time we were doing we were playing our last tune of the set. We were doing the thing. So we played it to the but do dip. So while we holding the last note, he pushes the bass down and walks down the steps and goes to the restroom.
Of course.
I fell out laughing while we still holding the note.
So many times, bro. So many times.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, but his feeling, man.
Yeah, but you know, man, we just had some beautiful, different. This is a town where people come from different places.
Yeah.
And so I've seen it change over the years. Like I guess I'm one of the elders now. I guess Because now the young cats, not like I'm old, but the young guys, they have their little thing.
Right.
That
I mean, there is a tradition here of like
Yeah.
the younger generation in that time. It was like Ben Williams and Corcoran and Eric Wheeler.
Oh, yeah.
And Amin Salim.
Yeah. And
Chris Font. I
Yeah,
mean, all
yeah,
these killing
yeah.
bass players, man.
yeah, man,
And
and the beautiful thing is that a lot of the older folks support the music. Like they
so
will,
much.
Yeah, man.
There was I mean, DC still is. I mean, it's a great place for, not just for music, but for living. Is great.
yeah.
You know,
I love
I might come back. You know, who knows? I
All
mean,
right.
I like New York.
we-
I'm enjoying New York. The thing is that I feel like I don't need to be in New York anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there for a long time. I already
Yeah.
play. You know,
Okay.
I know many
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
I wanna still play with Pharoah anywhere,
yeah.
or with my gigs, my own
Yeah.
gigs in Europe and everywhere. You know, so
Yeah.
I just probably move here because I like the quality of
Life.
living,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah,
I
beautiful.
like the brotherhood
Yeah.
in the community,
Yeah.
in
No
the
doubt.
music community, and you know.
Okay.
It's a great town, bro.
Yeah.
It's a
no doubt.
great
Yeah,
town.
no
It's
doubt.
a great town.
I got some final questions.
Yes.
What is it like being a father?
Oh man, it's the best thing that ever happened to
You
me.
have a daughter, right?
Yeah, Elise.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's 17. She's doing great. She's at school. You know, it's been hard for me to see her during COVID, but you know, it's,
what?
it's to see her during COVID. You know, it's
Oh
difficult.
yeah. Oh yeah. The
Because
pandemic.
yeah,
I was
because
gonna ask you that.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
they are in Michigan and it's different. They're
Yeah.
in that New York, and then DC is different.
Yeah.
So it's it's being hard, but you know, she's doing well, and you know, it's the best thing.
Yeah.
It's the man.
Yeah.
It's like I remember when I became a father, I was inspired before. I was twice as inspired after
Wow.
that. You
Wow.
know, you
Yeah,
are a
yeah, I
father.
remember. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
man, I felt like stronger to play and to do my things.
Beautiful.
It's like it gives you that pump, you know,
Yeah.
to be at your best all the time, because now life depends not just on you. You have somebody else, you know.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember you recently lost your dad.
Yeah.
My condolences.
Oh, thank you.
But were your parents proud of you? And are you? And,
Very, yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
I remember when I recorded Starting Point, I brought some copies to my mom, and she was giving them away to like in my town.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't even selling them, just giving them away. I was like, Mom, you should sell them.
Yeah.
I brought copies
was
for
just
the
happy.
family, but
Yeah.
she was like going around town, like, yeah, look,
Yeah.
she's my son.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, that's made me so
You know,
so happy.
when I travel, one thing, and that I really value, especially when I travel, is that family. When you go to different places, the community, there's a community thing, and they're just as happy for you. It's like you come back, and this is their son, their prodigal son,
Yeah.
whatever, and you come back and they've seen and you're doing great things, and it's a good feeling. And you come and you still feeling connected.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you see, DC has that.
Okay.
DC has that kind of, you know, it's like a brotherhood, and it's like a family feeling, and you know, I miss that. Even though I've been in New York longer than I was in DC, but
Yeah.
I love New York for other reasons too.
Yeah.
Like, it's great to be in New York, to be focused and to be
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
toes, and be around inspiring musicians, you know, and the masters. But there is the time where you have to choose if you want to stay there, because at some point you don't need to be there
Yeah.
anymore.
You got
So
that.
you have to kind of make priorities. And
Yeah.
That's why I was, you know, if I move out of New York, I will consider back to DC, maybe Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's-
Silver Spring
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, man.
You
I
know,
love it.
PG County. I lived there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. So how you? Couple more questions. How are you coping with the pandemic?
Man, it's been challenging though. You know, it's been challenging.
I know the work is slowed down.
Yeah, and it's just that, you know, the fact that we can't play for people is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that they said social distancing, because we are supposed to be social.
Yeah.
We are supposed to be around humans.
Exactly.
Because it's like it's something that biological that we have to do.
Yeah.
And then they separate you from
Yeah.
people.
Ain't that something? I hope this ain't the new normal.
Yeah. I hope so too.
But
And,
I've seen you. I watch you on Facebook. Are you doing some production work for people?
Yeah. I've been doing this stuff like production. Right now I'm working in one for some friends of mine in Europe.
Okay.
I just I try to take from whatever musical experiences I have and like trying to work with that. Like I produce like some I record some piano for some cats and I do some beats for these people.
Yeah. And you have students?
I have students.
Okay.
I have some students that come and we do it privately or we do it via Zoom.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. I've been writing quite a bit. So, I'm waiting to get my piano yet. I had a piano, then I changed it. So I don't have the acoustic grand, but I'm waiting to get one.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember back in the day, you had this little wooden kind of piano.
I still have that. That's how I practice.
Really? With the kind of 80 keys?
I still have that.
Yeah. Does that strengthen your
Amazing.
Where'd you get that?
In Europe.
Really?
I got it. I was playing with this singer from Venezuela, Maria Rivas, amazing singer. She passed away not long ago also, bro. But anyway, so that was the first time I went to Europe.
Wow.
So I remember I was passing this piano store, I think it was in Vienna, in Austria. And I see these pianos, I'm like, man, I want to check these pianos out. And then I go there and I see in the corner, I see this thing. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then I asked the piano guy there. He was repairing some pianos because it was a piano shop, but he had the repair place right there next door. So I went in there, and he's like, well, that's not for sale. He said somebody brought it for me to fix it, but it's like not fixable. He was like, this is I said like, I give you 200 for it right now.
Wow.
He was like, oh man, can you give me 4? I'm like, no. So we was like
going back and forth. Yeah.
He talked 200.
Yeah.
And because I knew Mulgrew had one, and I know another pianist who had one in LA. So then I was searching in recent years because I got that in 1997 at least when I was in Venezuela. And in recent years I researched, and those little ones, it was classical piano players used to travel with these ones classical guys, they used to go on tour for months.
Okay.
So they used these ones for warming up on the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Like right before, because it makes you feel like you are ready.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember that.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, it's been beautiful.
Oh man. I'm honored to be here, and I'm glad to see you too, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. And you're looking good, man. You're doing good. So tell the people how they can get in touch and learn more about you and what you're doing in your music.
Sure. Well, you can go to BenitoGonzalezMusic.com. You can find me on Facebook, Benito Official, Benito Gonzalez, on Facebook, Instagram, Benito Piano. And nothing. I have a new album coming out in May 14 for Rainy Days Records, and it's gonna be great. And I'm happy to be here, and thank you so much for having me, brother.
My brother, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, it's an honor.
Man.
Wow. Yeah, man. It's I'm gonna continue to follow what you're doing, man. Continue to support you.
Yeah.
And
can't wait to play again, bro.
Yeah. Well, I started. The next thing, I'm gonna be giving you a call.
Yeah, man.
I may be giving Christian a call too.
Yeah.
You did? Thank you, man.
Okay, bro.
All right, my man. All right. So you've been listening to
That was fun.
yes, the wonderful Mr. Benito Gonzalez. And yes, so there it is. This is a conversation in jazz, and we'll see you on the next one.